Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. I'm still kind of setting up, so I apologize for this delay. Basically, what's going on is right now I'm kind of processing a video of my first inking with a paintbrush and actual ink. You know, instead of using like a marker or things like that, I actually used ink and a paintbrush. And this is my result, and I am processing the video of what I did on here. And now I'm going to color. And I've got a baby oil treated paper. I think this is cardstock right here. And I'm going to lay it over the top of this particular drawing. Okay, and what I'm going to be using are Crayola crayons from my Crayola caddy here. I love this thing. And I have some Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner, but I doubt if I'll be using it. I have this right here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or if I'm just going to go ahead and use just straight up heat. I don't know if I feel like poisoning myself today. So let me go ahead and get started. I'll show you my process from beginning to end. This is what the picture looks like, just to give you a better view of it. And it's pretty much the traditional lino with a few Kim things added to it. I like to have my characters look a little more human. This is how I want my coloring books to be. I mean, I do want it to kind of reflect what the character actually looks like, but I also love to have my own little touch to it. So bear with me. I'm still kind of setting things up here. And it's kind of processing, so I've got kind of like a intermittent type of thing going on. Okay, so this is the Eye of Thundera. And I'm thinking it's going to cast a bit of a light, but I think behind it, the only thing that really will be lit up is his eye. So I'm going to probably make his face dark, make his eye lighter. What I usually do is I start off with adding white. And I think I'm going to heat up the paper a bit, just so that I can get the crayon to melt a little faster. And I think once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and add this as a speed drawing to the initial drawing, the initial inking. About this part right here, I believe it's kind of white, and his skin tone is kind of like an orangish tone. I'm leaving the inking on top. Because I don't want to destroy my inking, but I do want to keep the lines. So I'm going to just add all the white that I can to this. I also use a blending stub like this, and I'll be blending my colors together. Now I'm adding white to his muzzle. Let's see what other things are going on with Lionel here. There we go. But I think I'm going to make this more of a yellow tone, but I'm still going to keep a little bit of this white here. And I think I'll, just to make it a little bit lighter, add that around his eye. Let me turn my music down a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can let my tones pretty much, you know, that way I don't have the hard lines. So I could color the hard lines. And I'm just adding this so that it'll be a little bit lighter. Now the cool thing about coloring it in this way, you don't have to be like, you don't have to have a light touch. Let's see, he's going to have muscles, so I got to determine where the light's going to hit his muscles. Let's see, I'll have it hit it about right here, because the light from the Eye of Thundera is going to be kind of broadcasting this way, so a lot of his tones are going to be going this way. So this will be hitting the light the hardest. This will be getting hit by the light. And maybe a little bit right here will get a little bit of the light too. And when I say it's getting the light, it's going to get hit pretty hard with the light. So I'm using the white. And then as the light recedes, like, you know, like the figure curves, it'll be getting a little bit more of the color. Okay. So I think his muzzle is more of a bright yellow tone. So I'm going to use a little bit of this yellow. This is canary yellow. And then I'm going to use this to kind of define his muzzle and his lips. Let's see, and let's see, a deeper, darker yellow, kind of like a mustard tone. I'm going to use that for some of the shadows. So like overall it would be kind of a yellow. Now the baby oil paper is very slick, so it lets my crayons just like really just glide up on top of it. If you do decide to treat your paper with baby oil, you can always, what's the word, heat up the paper, and that'll bring out more of the tones. Oh crap. Okay. Lion-O's going to be glistening a bit. Sorry. I accidentally picked up one of the metallics crayons, which has glitter in it. I didn't mean to. I just like the tone. This is a really beautiful color. So I need to find the equivalent. I'm just going to pull out a couple of yellows and see if I can go over it a little bit. Not that he's not masculine enough to carry the color, but just in case. Okay, and I'm going to have Lion-O be a little bit more of like a honey brown. He's kind of like a hot mustard color, I believe, or a mustard color. Yeah, his skin tone is like a mustard color. So let me see. Closest things I've got to mustard besides glitter crayons, I have this tone here, which is goldenrod. And let me see if I can define some of his face with that. I apologize, I'm all over the place. I just want to kind of, I don't want to speed through it, but I do want to give myself kind of like a basis to work with. I'm going to use goldenrod burnt sienna as like the tone, the shade. Let's see, but this will be like the base tone, so I'll throw that on there. And I pretty much take my time with this, so if you don't have a lot of time, just come back, check out my progress. But basically I'm going to go ahead and go around his face very lightly with this tone here, just so I can have like a little bit of a base tone of his skin tone. And I'm going to mix it with the burnt sienna. I'm going to leave some spaces for where the light hits it. Let's see, I want a darker brown for some deeper, darker shadows. This is brown. Let me see if I can get a darker brown. Okay, I've got brown and raw sienna. Raw sienna, I think, is a really deep brown. Let me see if I can find the deepest brown. Sepia was the deepest brown, that's right. Another thing I like about coloring on a different piece of paper is that I can correct any kind of mistakes that I see. And I'm just throwing the shadows in here. And I'm just picking the crayons that give me those dark tones that I want. I gotta keep in mind that his skin is this this golden rodish color, or his fur rather. So let me go ahead and just add the fur tone here. I'm just going to go ahead and add this all over the place, and then I'll darken it as I need to. And also a cool thing is that I can always come back with white and lighten or add highlights. Now also on the baby oil treated paper, I also can I can blend really, really well. Because you know how like crayons really dry, and on dry paper they're not moving anywhere. But on here I can take a blending stump that has nothing on it, and I can get these things to move and cover up a lot of the white of the paper, the tooth of the paper. And the more crayon that I have on here, the smoother I can work this stuff. Now the more that you add on top of it, the more gritty it starts to become. You'll start to see that to happen. So I try to keep one of these brushes nearby to get rid of some of the excess. Okay, let me go ahead and keep going around his skin. This is going to be dark right here, so I'll go ahead and just add that in there right now. Let's see, it's going to be a little lighter right here. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a tone here. Now I might have to stop for a second and wash my hands because I was messing around with the that Mineral Spirits odorless paint thinner stuff, Mona Lisa, and I think it's irritating me, so I need to go and wash my paws. And you know, sometimes you don't realize that you're touching different parts of your body, and it's like I don't know if I'm just being hypersensitive or if I'm actually feeling the stuff kind of burning me. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to stop for a bit, run and wash my paws. And it makes it kind of dangerous because it is odorless, so you should have a well ventilated area when you do use them, if you do use them. But the whole novelty of Crayolas is that they're non-toxic, so it's kind of like defeating the purpose of using a toxic product on top of something that's non-toxic. I don't know. It's like use at your own risk type of thing. Baby oil is non-toxic. And I'm just going to alternate in between different coats and stuff like that to get to the tones that I want. I'm going to be using different yellows. Okay, let me wipe this off. Let's see, so around his eyes, I think I'll have them be a little bit brown. Because I can blend that in. I'm going to have, I might even go over it with marker or just so that I can keep, you know, the crayons aren't sharp, you know, they're really blunt, and as they're being used, you know, it's pretty dull. So I'm going to probably use a marker or something to define anything that's like, you know, that I want a lot of detail in. So like around the eyes, I'll probably want more detail than what I've got. Let's see, his eyes, when he's lit up with the eye of Thundera, like this eye I'm going to have kind of lit with yellow and kind of glowing, and then this eye I'm just going to have it be normal, his normal like orangish brownish color. And I'm going to do like a combination of brown. Let's see, I need a black or a blue. Let's see, black, right here. And then like right here, see a little bit of the black. His eyebrows and eyelashes are going to be black. And they've got this weird, like how cats have their eyes. I just want this intensity around his eyes here. And Eye of Thundera, I'll go ahead and make that the sword, I'll make that a little bit more defined. Like, I made some mistakes on the inking of the sword, but I can kind of correct them with the crayon since I'm not, you know, coloring directly onto the picture here. Define his muzzle a bit. Okay, Okay, I'm going to sharpen my crayon a little bit. I might have to take this off. Let me see if my other sharpener is nearby. Oh, yes. Okay, it's right here. Hey, NJN. Yeah, I just gotta step away to the bathroom and wash my hands. Only because I had played with this Mona Lisa stuff, experimenting with crayons on a different picture before I started, and I can feel it kind of like irritating my skin. So it'll only be a second for me to wash my hands. But for some reason I feel it on my neck and on the arm, and I'm like, I didn't touch myself there. But this stuff is that caustic. It's just like, But let's see. Yeah, because I can feel it like burning my finger or something like that. I don't know. It's really weird. Let me see. Oh, thank you. It's a start. It's just, I just barely started. Let's see. And I'll probably end up having to sharpen my crayons a little bit more. But yeah, I'm just going to build up some of these tones. Have the Lord of the Thundercats looking good now. Okay, so I got a little bit of that, a little bit of that. I'm going to give him... I want him to kind of look a little humanoid, but I still want him to have his Thundercat look. So I'm going to mix some of this brown with the yellow. I guess I can get away with a little bit of pink on his lips. Let's see. Alright, I just had to update my stream information. I meant to do that before I started. So it doesn't say Esmeralda anymore, it says Coloring Lion-O with crayons. When I have a good amount of color on here, I'm going to go ahead and use my heat tool. And I'm going to go ahead and blend more of these colors together. I mean, it looks good just as it is, but I can get even better gradients than I have right now. And hi JM, welcome. Yeah, I think the next one I want to do is, gosh, the other 80s cartoon that I liked. Um, Gosh, what was? I can picture the characters. Let's see, Dark Water. I like the hero from that too. He was pretty cool. Ren. Let's see. Let's see. Now I want to get a little darker on his chin. The Pirates of Dark Water. That's what it was called. And that was one of my favorite cartoons. I'd watch it on Saturday mornings, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then it went away. All my favorites do that. Some of my, I was lucky to watch it like during the week after school type of thing. It would come on in the afternoons, and then it disappeared again. They never finished the story. It was just so much fun to watch. And I liked all, I liked all the characters too. At least a good number of the characters. Okay, I'm just trying to give him a little bit of color on his lip here. Okay, not too much though. This is still yellow. So I'm going to blend those together, this yellow and the brown, because I need it to stay separate from this right here. Yeah, but it's a really good start. And this baby oil treated paper is just amazing. Okay, so this is more mustard. I have more mustard and brown. I think that's what I'll do on this one, and this one will be more yellow on his fur. And I need this to be different from that. Let's see, so let me double check my colors here. So it's kind of, yeah, it is a mustard tone. Let me see, so I'll use a little bit of, oh, that's the metallic. But I love this color. I need about this rust color. Let's see. I think this makes a good tone. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. And if I want, I can make it more of a cat fur, but I'd rather not. I liked that they looked relatively humanish. Okay, let me bring this down a bit. Okay, let's see, around his eye here is about the same tone as his around this area here. Now I'm putting a little bit of pressure on here, and it'll make it a little bit darker. And I want to define the yellow in his fur here a little bit more. Let's see, I want to see, do I have a darker yellow without going into the metallics? Let's see if I've got a gold maybe. see, we'll try this one. This is Desert Sand. And I just want to give his chin a little bit more definition. Okay, and then I'll throw brown in there. And that just gives it a deeper, darker yellow there. Okay, let's see. Let's see, I want a darker brown. I might have to use blue. Okay, let's see. I want his eye to be kind of dark in this area. And I'm going to probably do like a gradient in this area where his hair is, his hairline. Okay, let me wipe some of this off. Let me throw some more of this yellow around his eye so I don't lose it. I never realized how orangey he was. Or let's see if I can just try to get this orange to be merged in with this goldenrod here, because he is supposed to be more of this goldenrod color. I think this is goldenrod. Yeah, goldenrod color than he is of an orange tone. And I think this orange tone looks really great with the shadows here. It helps a lot. Find those muscles, make them pop out. And I'll even throw in, let's throw a little bit of brown in there. I just really want them to pop. Let's see, and let me heat this up a bit, get a little bit more on here. If you feel that it's not getting deeper in the tones that you want, you can always heat it up and throw those colors on in there. I'm just going to put a little bit more color in there. And I can even go a little darker. Okay, and he's more of the goldenrod. And I'm just going over all of the tones that I just put on with goldenrod. I just really wanted to kind of blend in and make it look a little bit more natural as a tone for him. Okay, so I'm going to blend all this part in here. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more heat. That way I can add more goldenrod on top. Get that for a few seconds. Let's see. And be careful of the little dusts, because if you go over it, it'll end up getting rubbed into the picture, and you'll have to like use heat to kind of rub it out. Okay, so I'll let that kind of cool, do its thing right there. Okay, so we finish up with his face a little bit. Okay, let's see what's going on. I want this to be highlighted. I want the top part of his lips to be highlighted. I'm going to heat him up a little bit. And make sure there's no dust. Okay, what that does is it kind of melts it into, it warms up the paper, melts what's on here already into the paper even further, and it just allows me a little bit more to add on here. It's just another layer to add on, and then I can blend it even further and add more layers of color onto it. Make sure I put his eyebrow in. And I'm going to make his eyebrows just a little bit more thicker, a little wilder than my my ink version. Give it a little bit more shadow. A little bit more definition. You can see him a little bit better. And I figure it's going to be a little bit harder, the light here. All right, let's see. Okay, so I wanted to make it a little darker, closer to where the Eye of Thundera was, like right here, just so that it'll make that look brighter. So I'm going to actually use some black here. And just give it like a little bit of crest here to see, like the light is hitting it. Let's see, this color was the more mustard color. And I'll just kind of blend this black in with the mustard here. And this makes it look a little bit more round. Gives the face a little bit more contour. Heat it again. Okay. And I'll just rub it in together here. Get a little bit of a lighter brown in here. Let's see. Alright, so his nose is about the same tone as that, so I need to use the goldenrod. And wherever this eye is, this will be the shadow for the sword. And for the claw, okay. All right, let's see. We'll throw a little bit of an outline right here, but I think I'll outline it in white. And then I'll have his hair. We'll let his hair kind of define this area. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna make this a little bit more dramatic here by putting more blacks in here. All right, let's see. This color here is like piggy pink. I'll just throw a little bit on his lips here. It's really subtle. Okay, let's see. Get the easy stuff out the way. Uh-oh, I think I'm missing a finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5. Let's see. Let's use a couple different blues here. Let's see. This part here is kind of like a sky blue. Let's see. So I've got this blue, this blue. I got Blue Bell. Oh, I like this. Okay, let's try this. This is Blue Bell. I'm going to use like a couple different blues. The trim here is a darker blue than the inner color here. Let's see if I can find a darker. Oh, that's a metallic. Stay away. Here we go. This one's blue blue. Oops. Could have made this more metallic looking. Let's see. This color is Bluebell. I think I'll use more of a violet. Let's see what I have here. This is navy blue. This may be the color I need. That's not bad. Okay. You know, another cartoon I'd like to draw is gargoyles. Thing I liked about that, oh, I loved Goliath. His voice. The thing I liked most about that cartoon, and was so eye-opening, is that the good guys didn't always win. The gargoyles did not always have the upper hand. They may have won a battle, but they were so close to losing the war. Thanatos, I think that's what his name was. Oh, he was tight. He was a great bad guy. And without heat, you'd only get so much of a color on here. And then it would kind of look faded. Because it would, you know, you've only got one layer going. But as soon as you heat the paper up and apply the crayon, oh my gosh, you get a whole nother layer of color here. It's deeper, it's darker, so much richer until I start to blend it in. But I can always bring it back with another dose of heat. It's like the color sits on top of the oil and sometimes like seeps into the oil, and then when you hit it with heat it kind of reacts, and it just, when I add some black to it, the black is black until it starts to cool down, and then it's back to its normal color. But it's also smooth, so it's like you've got this waxy surface that gives you just a little bit more push, a little bit more oomph with the crayon. It's almost as if they've become like Prismacolors. I swear. It's like, it's just like that. I'm using a cardstock. It's like 100-pound cardstock on here. And I also use Bristol. I love Bristol paper when it's coated with baby oil. I use it with my colored pencils. And I just recently started heating up the paper for my colored pencils, and it works almost as well. Okay, so you see this tone that I have going on right here. I'm going to hit this with the hot air gun, and then I'm going to hit some Bluebell on here. It doesn't take long for it to heat up. And bam, loving this. Okay, so now I'm going to lay down, I think I'll lay down a blue-green color. Let's see, what else do I have for blue? Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a glitter crayon. Not today, not on this guy. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got Periwinkle. I've got this sky blue. Let me see if I've got one more blue tone. Let's see. Okay, so I've got about 4 blues here. This one here is Robin's Egg Blue. This one's like a duller blue. This is Wild Blue Yonder. This is, well, you can see the colors from right here. Okay, so I'm going to use, I think I'll use this as the base color. So I'm just going to color this whole thing in with this particular blue. And then I'll get his shoulder and stuff like that. Okay, but first I want to heat this up. It'll make it go out a little faster. I also want to leave a little bit of a white area. We'll say it's a little shiny. About right there. Okay. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of the robin's egg closer to this area right here, closer to that highlight. And then I'm going to go with a deeper blue. Let's try the blue-green here. blue on top of the blue grain. And then I'll just kind of blend them together a bit. Okay, and I'll see if I can remember the combination that I used. I can't remember. Okay, it's all right. Let's see, I used sky blue last. Okay, let's see, this is navy blue. I'm going to throw it in here where the shadows are. Okay, and I'm going to heat it up again. So one of the cool things about if you've got like little dots and they look like they're kind of embedded into the crayon, you can rub them out. Like I've got a little dot right there. I can always just rub it out. Well, coat it and rub it out. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely not using a light touch while I'm doing this. I'm definitely laying the color out. I'm just letting this have a chance to do its thing, like cool a bit so I can take a look at it. And then I'll just add another layer of color on top of it. A little bit of a shadow. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm shooting out firecrackers outside. I hope they're firecrackers. Yeah, they're firecrackers this time. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to just go ahead and heat this up and coat it again. And what's kind of cool is you can see the baby oil kind of warm up too. So not only is it kind of activating, you know, not just warming up the picture, but it's kind of activating the baby oil again. Okay, I'm going to turn my paper to the side because I don't have enough desk with all the crap that I've got on here to be able to stretch. Well, maybe I could. I'd have to like push this back. Ooh, everything's in a balance here. Little balancing act. Okay, let's see if that helps a bit. Yeah, I still have to turn the paper. Okay. But you guys have the benefit of me turning the screen so you can see it normal. So let me see if I can do that. If I turn it one way or another. Let's see. Will eventually become the right side up. There we go. Right side for you. Upside down for me, or sideways for me. Move my phone here. Now I'm kind of staying away from the Eye of Thundera because I'm thinking I'm going to light up the sword just a little bit, or I might make it darker down here. Oh, and we still can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can lift it up. There we go. There's the edge. These people get so annoying with these firecrackers. It doesn't matter the occasion. Father's Day, Mother's Day, 4th of July, Christmas Eve, they don't care. They're going to set off the fireworks. It's like they have an arsenal of explosives in their freaking house because it never freaking fails. Same people setting off fireworks all the gosh darn time. It's a miracle that we even have like feral cats in our neighborhood from all the fireworks that these guys set off. And they'll probably set off more for New Year's. Oh well, let me stop hating. Okay, where's the sky blue? Okay, I'm gonna wipe some of this off. Heat it up and rub it out. Don't want to make this too far away. But you see how light it is. This is light without the heat, and now I've got the heat on there, you know, with the one layer, and now I've got the second layer with heat in it. Yeah, I have no rhyme or reason about just filling this in. Let me just put this back where it's supposed to be. Okay, it's driving me nuts. I can't remember the name of the claw here. Give me one quick second. I want to look it up and see what the name of this claw was. Let's see if it'll mention it in the little wiki here. No, it's not mentioning it. It's just mentioning adaptations and crap like that. That's messed up. Let me see if I can find a better article. Thundercats Roar. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Na 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 na. And you know what's funny is I liked the second adaptation of Thundercats, the anime version. It was pretty good. They should have just kept going. I wonder why they stopped. Oh, I'm having a cartoon thirst. Yeah, I pretty much satisfy myself on anime now to get my... Because I just don't like the cartoons that are out nowadays. They're just awful. I do like the She-Ra one that came out, even though it's gotten a lot of hate because it's not exactly like the old version. It's kind of like in the 80s, they didn't care if they showed adult heroes. You know, but there weren't any kid heroes. When you think about a lot of the shows that they had, Scooby-Doo had teenagers, if not adults. A lot of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, they were mostly adults, adult characters that acted like kids. They always called them kids. I think some of the few kid cartoon, even Smurfs were adults. They weren't kids. You know, they just didn't care. Back in that time, they had kid sidekicks, but it turns out that kids like seeing kids have adventures. And, you know, but when you're a kid and you've got nothing else better to watch, you know, you'll take what you can get. At least back when I was a kid. It says, and I was glad to have it. Hold up for a second. Yeah, and so like She-Ra was an adult. Thundar the Barbarian, one of my favorites, was an adult. I liked Galaxy High, but they were high schoolers. What else was another one that I used to watch? Captain N the Game Master Those were all adults except for Kid Icarus, but even him, he was kind of mature. I don't know. He was still kid-like, but they had kids sidekicks, and most of the time the kids sidekicks were annoying because they always had to be rescued. It was really dumb. They'd tag along on the adventure when they should have been listening to the adult and staying home. What a message to send to kids: disobey unless they're going on an adventure, you know, type of thing. That was a lot of plots. You know, this Spritle would jump in with Speed Racer, who was an adult. Him and Chim Chim would jump into the trunk. That's another thing I should do. turn a pair of jeans or some sweatpants into the Mach 5, and then on the butt you'd see Chim Chim and Spritle hiding, like they'll junk in the trunk type of thing. We'll hide here, nobody will ever know. You know, we'll go with Speed. You'll have Speed in the front and the other guys in the back. Anyway, bad joke, I guess. No, but I like how cartoons are nowadays. I like the anime, because you've got some stories where the good guy doesn't always win. For the most part he does, but he doesn't always. Kind of like Gargoyles that I was talking about a little bit ago. That was cool. Man, I wouldn't mind doing a Goliath picture. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to decide, do I want to work from... Sorry, let me spin this back around now that it's in front of me. Alright. I'm thinking about working my way top bottom, so I'll have to spin this around again. Okay, so I'll work on the paw. I gotta remember, was it, I'm dying, I can't remember what the name of Thundercat weapons. Let me see. I don't know if it was called Thunder Claw. I think that's what it was. I think it was Thunder Claw. You had the Sword of Omens. Ooh, there's a Sword of Plundar. That's pretty tight. Claw Shield. That's what it was. Claw Shield. Alright. Oh, but they had a whole bunch of... oh, they have a Hammer of Thundera. That must have been Panthros. Yeah, Sword of Omens was tight. Let me see if they show the claw. Claw shield. And he seems to wear it on different hands. Okay, it says that he wears it on his left hand. And I have it on his right. God, dandruff. Dang. Well, heck. Oh well, it works for me. Okay. Okay, so let me see if I can finish it. Now this beast here is more gold, and it had like, oh, but we don't have the other side showing. It's all right. Okay, so I make gold with yellow, brown. Let's see, everything but the color gold, which is sad. Let's see, what color is this one? Oh, this is that metallic. I wonder if I can get away with the metallic. We'll see. Okay, I'll turn it right side up for you guys. Let's see. Sorry, more shots of my big paw. Okay, and we'll see if we can zoom in a bit. Let's bring the camera down and up. And I just got to remember to adjust it back. Let's see if I can give myself a little bit more space. There we go. Do you see what I see? Okay. Trying to remember. Okay. So anywhere there's dark, there should be a corresponding light. So starting from the dark first, I'm going to have black, then the brown, and then have it go to the yellow tone, and then the yellow tone to a white. Now I'm not going to have so much a gradient on here, simply because it's kind of like a metal. So what I'll do is I'll have like solid colors. Okay. Let's see, maybe, where'd that glittery go? Okay, use that in between. Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of glitter to it, just to make it a little sparkly, a little bit more mystical. And I think I'll do that with the Eye of Thundera too. Now the Eye of Thundera, let's see, looks like it's red and white. Okay, so let me open that bad boy up. White in the center. At least to toss it on there at least. And we'll throw some more yellow on here. And I want it to kind of stand out from the rest of his paw here. You know, I should have paid attention to... Okay, it looks like there's a little black dot right here. And then there's like the symbol here. Let me heat this up a bit. Make the black a little blacker. And I think I'll use a little bit more of this tone here. Yeah, I wish I would have paid more attention to the hilt of the Eye of Thundera, because I don't think it looks like how I've got it. Let's see, claw shield. Alrighty, let's see. I should have a gold. This is copper. This might work for me. This is antique brass. This is gold fusion. Let's take a peek at that. Okay, let me heat it up. And this should kind of set it apart from his skin tone. Okay, let me move this. Yeah, I don't think it looks sparkly on your screen, but here's what it looks like kind of up close. Oops, you guys are upside down. And I think I should make it a little bit more rust toned. Don't get too much on that. Okay, let's see. Let's try some of this antique brass, or what is this one? This one is antique brass. And I left a little bit of white around some of the edges here. Right. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's see. We'll move on to the hair. Let me put a little bit of an outline here. And I'll just kind of blend a little bit to it. Oops, I see fingerprints. Okay. Rub my DNA on out of there. Okay. Alrighty, let me put a couple of these colors away and grab some fresh ones. We still do need the yellow skin tone, so I should finish off the skin tone. Okay, what I've got left is his shoulder here. We'll throw a little bit of an outline down here too. And I can use a, oops, darker tone. Okay, I'm gonna flip this back around. Okay, and we're working on the shoulder and the paw here. My cord is like, moving me around too much. Okay. His hand should be about the same tone as, but. Okay, his hand is the same tone as this area right here, so it's more of the yellow. We'll use yellow and brown, and a little bit of the goldenrod. Not the best paw that I've ever done, but it'll work for now. We'll outline it with, we'll use a lighter brown. We'll kind of blend in from there. This right here is the desert sand. We may need a darker brown after all. Okay. Try not to put my hands too much on here. Well, at least I remembered the 5th finger on here. Let's see, and I think about right here is where I'll have it be lighter. Actually, it shouldn't really matter because the eye, I think, is only going to light up maybe this neck of the woods. And we'll kind of give it more of a, what is it called? More of a reddish tone, everything that it's lighting up. Or actually, I don't know. Let's see. Well, first let me finish up this paw, and then this shoulder here. Shoulder is the same tone as that. No touchy, no touchy. Okay. Yeah, with this being heated up, a lot of this still can be moved, and you can see it on you'll see it on my finger here. Let's see. I think there was a reason why I put a line here. I'm trying to remember. Oh, because of his shirt. Duh. I'm like, what is that line? Let me just use this darker tone. Black, 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 black. Where art thou? There you are. All right, and then I'll just color in this part. We'll do all goldenrod. We'll leave a little bit of a highlight right here. But this part has got to be darker than his hand. So this is burnt sienna again. And I'm making this part just a little darker to make the shoulder stand out and the hand stand out. And I'll probably have to make this a little bit more of an off brown. I just really want it to separate from the rest of his skin here. This color here is that antique brass again. All right, okay, good enough for government work. I think that needs to come out a little bit more, but we'll play with that in the fine-tuning of everything. Alrighty, so I'm going to put some heat to this. Not that I need to, but I'm going to add some heat to it and rub it in. Blend, blend, blend. Let's see if I can get the outline to kind of blend in with everything too. And give it like this reddish tone here. We'll come back and add a little bit of that here. Okay, reddish tone. Whoops. Get rid of that. Okay. Brush the flex, Kim, not the crayon itself. Okay. Just trying to keep it as clean as possible. You know, crayon will challenge you. Okay. And I'm going to heat this up, and then eventually I'll come to the face, heat that up a little bit, add maybe a few more tones to it, and then move on to the Eye of Thundera. Okay, let's see. Just really want this to stand out from this right here. And I wanted this part to be darker, but it'll be lit up. Anyway, let's see. Let me put this. Okay. There it is. Alright. Like this is one tone, and then when I heat it up, it gets to be a lot darker. And the more you add to it, the more I melt onto here, the more vibrant certain parts of it will look. And then I'll just come back to it a little bit later after it's cooled down to see how it looks and if it needs a little bit more attention. But now it's like a little bit more vibrant on this shoulder. And then just blending it in at the edges here. And it doesn't hurt to have one other color. All right. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to hit his face one more time, and then I'm going to definitely move on to the sword. The hair and the sword. The whole point is I need this to stay this tone here. Okay, let's play with his hair. Red. He has this bright red hair. Let's see, this is red orange. This is red. And maybe just one more color, if not deeper and darker, of red. I got a Jazzberry Jam. Oh, all my reds look like they're over here. Let's see. All right. So I'll use like these darker tones. This is fuchsia. This is Jazzberry Jam. This was red, and this is red orange. I'll have the lighter tones near the outside and the darker tones near the inside. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'll probably just layer them on top of each other. Now you don't see any ears on Lionel. Let's see, I'll just go ahead and fill this in. Okay, my reds are not as vibrant as I'd like them to be. Let's see. What color is this one? This is maroon. That's not too bad. Use red and red-orange here. And actually, I do want them a little dark in this inside area. Okay, make sure that I'm kind of aligned. I'll put these guys down. Let's see, this is, oh, Mango Tango. Let's see, there might be a macaroni and cheese in here too, if it hasn't been retired. Lord, people, turn your music down. I apologize if you hear my neighbors. I think they're partially deaf, so they have to hear their music like super loud. Okay, first off, I'm just going to go ahead and just define where his hair is. Oh my gosh. Lord, please don't let these people be here all night long playing that music. And it's always the people who don't live here. They come, they make noises. Oh, no respect for anybody else in the neighborhood. Nobody. But anyway, let's see. You know, I was trying to remember why Mumra was always messing with the Thundercats. And I'm like thinking, well, maybe they were loud. Maybe they were loud and obnoxious when they arrived on Third Earth. And Mumra wasn't having it because he was asleep for the longest, and then all of a sudden it's like he's making all this damn noise. I'm sure there's a lot more to it. I know there's a lot more to it, but maybe Mumra is like the epitome of the awful neighbor. It's like you, like on YouTube they've got people who have crazy neighbors, and they have like a whole video series of documenting how crazy their neighbor is. Like there was one I was watching where old girl stole a goat. and she decided she was going to break all kinds of crazy laws and put in a pool, and she just tore up her yard doing all that. I swear it seemed scripted, but it can't be. I'm like, no, Lord, no, don't let this lady be real. And it's so funny, the lady that's recording her, I guess she didn't think anybody believe her that her neighbor was so crazy. Oh, the music has stopped. Either the natives are going out to go hunt, or they have left and the celebration is over. Yay. No such luck. It begins yet again. The feast is not ended. Oh well, c'est la vie. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to make my red seem redder, because right now it kind of seems like a pink, is I'm going to heat the paper up. And then apply the red again. And that should, work for me. Now, if bad comes to worse and I still can't get the red that I want, I can always tap into one of my markers and bring out the red in that too. I don't want this to melt on here. Okay. And I'm using a combination of the two different reds. This one right here is the Mango Tango. Okay, let me heat up this area right here. I do want it to be like a deeper, darker red, so I'm going to put some more of this darker tone here. Oh, that's gorgeous. The music has stopped again. Such a tease. Oh, and I spoke too soon. It's 8 o'clock. I'm glad I don't have to work tomorrow. Let me make sure that all the little specks are off. Okay. Throw a little bit more of the darker red tones in here. It's like I wanted it darker on the bottom than I do on the top. So I'm using a little bit of brown to darken it up a bit. Yeah, if you can't hang for the entire video and it's like live stream, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and convert it to a speed drawing. And if you wanted to catch any of the babblings that I say, the moaning about neighbors making noises and things like that, just go ahead and put me on what is it called? 2 speed. So you can hear me speak crazy in a very high-pitched squeaky voice. Okay, so let me bring this down and heat up his hair a bit more. All right, finally onto the sword. Let's see, let's do the eye first. I'm going to heat up the white here because I don't want to lose that. And then I'm going to, this is like an orange. This is the Mango Tango. So it's like a combination of red orange. Let me make sure this is aligned here. After I'm done with the crayon portion, I'm going to go back over it with some ink. That way we can see the definition. some of this off. Okay. Really heating that up so I can throw some of this red on here. I'm going to have a darker red around the edges here. And as it gets closer to the eye portion, I'm going to have it be like a little lighter. And I'm going to have the white overlap the red to give it a glowing effect. And I'll kind of do the similar with his eye on this side as well. I wish I would have drawn it a lot bigger. Okay, let's see, more red. Let's see, which one's brighter? Looks like this one's more oranger. Okay, and have it look a little darker. I just want this to be a little bit more red, or reddish. Okay. Let's see. I want this to spill. Too late. Let's see. Let's do it like that. All right. Marker. I just want something that's going to keep it kind of in place. This will work for now. My circle's not quite circular enough. Hopefully this is not dried out. Excellent. This is not quite blue either. This is, or black. I think this is blue or purple. That's fine. I think it'll work. Just want to define this circle here. Okay, so I'm going to, I want this, you see that? I want this to be a little bit more red, but I think I'll melt more of the white on here. I think it'll be okay. Okay, So the rest of the sword, this is like a, the hilt is white. And I think I'll color it like a little bit like an off gray. This part is green. I might end up having to turn this upside down again. Okay. I think I'm going to melt a little bit of this on here. Let me heat up his face. I'm going to melt a little bit of the white. And a little bit of the yellow. I want it to kind of glow, so I'll make this brighter too. Let's make all of this like brighter. I'll have his eye kind of light up about right here. We'll have the Eye of Thundera. I think I'll make all this light up a little bit. Let's see. This part here is like green. It's like about this tone of green and a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to flip this upside down. I'll get rid of all these yellows. Okay, let's see. I want to keep the white out. Okay, so we'll both focus on the sword itself here, the Sword of Omens. Okay, I'm going to try to fix some of my bad drawing here. I just got to remember to bring it back up when I get a chance. Okay. I'm missing this right here. Well, shucky ducky. Oh, shoot. Well, sadly, this is not going to look exactly like the sword like I want it to, but it's going to be gosh darn close. Okay. Wish I knew what I did with my circle templates. Okay. Crap. Oh, my lines are so crooked. It's sick. This should be coming in a little bit further. Oh, this is bad, but that's okay. We'll make it work. As much as I love swords, love drawing swords, I hate drawing other people's swords. It's sad. This is sad and pathetic. I'm so sorry, Lion-O. I'm taking a few liberties with the sort of Thundera here. Just trying to give it some more embellishment so it doesn't look like such crap. Hopefully I'm not failing miserably. This has got to come in a little bit. Alrighty, so for the most part the sword is on the white side. Okay, so let's see if we can fix this. I don't think I can. Not like this. Okay, there we go. We'll make that happen. But I want to light this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt some white. And get rid of everything else here. When you know you have too many colors in front of you. Okay, got that. Let me get rid of some of these colors so I'm not knocking them all down. I can put the yellows away. Alright, so this gives me an excellent break. Okay, so I am thinking of making all of this part light up. So I'm going to probably need a brown, the black, the white. I'm going to need the yellow for his eyes. Let me bring that out. I've got a fluorescent yellow, so maybe that's green yellow, it's not fluorescent. Maybe I don't have a fluorescent yellow. That's gonna suck. What is this? That's not yellow at all. Put the greens. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I guess this is the closest thing to a fluorescent I'm going to have. This one's all sparkly. Oh, here we go. What are these? This is Laser Lemon Yellow. That's going to work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this area up, light it up. And I'm throwing some of this yellow all around his eye here. And in this area here, I want his eye to look like it's lighting up. Oops, oops. It would help if I don't drop my colors. Okay. I'm going to just heat it up just enough. And then I'll probably throw some white around it as well. I don't need this green. White, 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 white right here. And what it's going to do is just going to pretty much layer on each other, and it's going to make things vibrant. Or at least that's the theory. I haven't melted enough. Yeah. In order to make that look brighter, I need to make everything else around it look darker. We'll even light up some of the Sword of Omens, but I think I'll use more of that glittery crayon one. Let's see. Just get this thing all nice and melted. Add some in here. So the Eye of Thundera is pretty lit right now. And so is around eye. Okay, I'm gonna let that cool just a little bit, and then I'm just going to throw a little bit of yellow on top of that and kind of blend them in together. Just want to kind of make it look like it's kind of glowing. Let's see if it'll work. Where is my... Let me heat it up just a little bit because it'll cool down really fast. Okay, let's turn this around so we can see what it looks like. Okay, I'll let that cool, and then I'll come back around with a marker. Let's see, I need a little bit of a gray tone. Gray, Timberwolf maybe? Oh, that's metallic. I don't want metallic. Gray. This will work. Silver. That'll work. Okay. We'll make that look darker. Just warming up his hair color here a little bit. And I'm just adding some of the shadows back in that may have gotten lost in the translation here. This chin is pretty big. It's got that hero's chin. Let me go ahead and see if I can diminish that a little bit, just a little. Take it down a notch or two. blend in a little bit of the eye here. Still want to kind of give it its glowing look. Deeper, darker red. This is maroon. All right, we are almost there. Turn this upside down. Don't need this anymore. But this is close to what I was working with. So you can see both of them side by side. Let me lift this up. And there we are. I still need to figure out what the hilt looks like. La 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 la. Let's see what the hilt looks like. Let's see. We saw. I'll go back. That was the claw shield. Let's see. Crap. Okay, Sword of Omens. Let's see if it gives me a better look. His hand is covering it. It does not help me. Okay, it looks like the hilt is narrow with ridges in a diamond shape. Okay, so let's see. And it looks like it's same color as the rest of the sword, which is kind of like off blue or something like that. Okay. Alright, so let me see if I can define the edges here. I'm going to use this silver. And we could make the sword light up. That'd be kind of cool too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have some fun with it. All right. Just give it like this little aura. And then we'll define it more with silver. Where'd my white go? Okay. And we'll light up some of his shirt. We'll use, let's see, maybe the sky blue here. And if this part gets lightened, the other part needs to get darkened. Okay, white. I need white. There it is. All right. Okay, so now I'm just going to go around it with a black marker. Let's see if this one's dried out or not. And let's see, I need a little bit of plastic. Okay, just to protect some of this stuff. Okay, let me move this over. And this is just to define my shadows and whatnot a little bit better than just simple crayon. But for the most part, this was all colored in crayon. I'm using a Prismacolor Premier marker. There you go. I really just want to show just a bare hint. So I really want it to kind of look like it's glowing. So it's kind of obscured a bit. Okay, I'm not going to define that too much more. Go ahead and throw a little bit more on his nose so you can see where the lines are clearly and they're not so fuzzy. I'll just try to even out some lines a bit. What kind of sucks is that the more I outline it, the less realistic it looks and the more cartoony it begins to look. But it also looks a lot bolder. I want to give a little bit more definition to his lips so you can see where the top of his lips are. But I wanted to use color for that and not an outline, not a hard outline. But since I outlined his hand, I may as well outline the rest. Okay, can't forget the shoulder. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you do like what you see, please like and subscribe. Feel free to offer suggestions if you like for the next video. And there will be a speed version of this for those who don't have time to watch the entire video nor want to watch, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours worth of coloring from beginning to end. Alrighty. Don't be a stranger, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and have a great one. Be sure to catch my first inking, and that's this beast right here. And here are both of them side by side. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will be uploading the speed video of this, and I'll just combine the two together. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, if you prefer like the speed videos over the live streams, let me know, and I'll do more of those instead of these. All right. Take care. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.